They step out of the hallway.
Dead. We'll break out soon, now we'll kill more.
Starting with our case from Jefferson County, Colorado, where a ruthless gang member took vengeance in the most heinous way possible. Meet Abel Gyos, a notorious figure in the 18th Street Gang, who appeared in court before Judge Barrett Loveless for a horrendous crime. He was convicted of the kidnapping and murder of 28-year-old Simone Duran and her unborn child in Albuquerque, New Mexico in 2018. But the reasons behind this atrocity will shock you. Earlier that year, Gyos was the prime suspect in the murder of 36-year-old Robert Paez in a gang-related conflict. Simone had identified Gyos as the perpetrator in a lineup, a decision that would seal her tragic fate. Gyos reached out to Simone through social media, after which they decided to meet, unaware that this meeting would turn into one fatal encounter. Gyos took Simone to a parking lot where he, along with Alonzo Quintana and Rene Francisco Rosales, kidnapped, assaulted, and ultimately shot Simone 10 times. But it didn't end there. Gyos and Rosales later returned to the crime scene to burn Simone's body in a cruel attempt to erase any trace of her existence. During the sentencing, Judge Loveless is visibly shaken as he expresses deep sorrow over the brutal nature of the crime.
This was a horrific crime. I am struck by the casualness in which it was committed, the absolute disregard for human life.
They miss her and they ask about her every day. They wake up in the middle of the night crying for her.
Gyos is found guilty, after which the judge sentences him to life in prison with an additional 163 years, emphasizing that this is a strong message for other gang members.
This is the result. This is where you will end up, with your family and friends crying as you're let out of the courtroom to serve the rest of your life in prison.
As the judge reads his sentence, Gyos shows a disturbing lack of remorse, remaining indifferent to the gravity of his actions. Abel Gyos is currently serving his life sentence in New Mexico. Our next case takes us to Los Angeles, where a 20-year-old gang member was so consumed by vengeance that he opened fire on a crowd of helpless students. On October 31st, 2014, 20-year-old Brandon Spencer was involved in a tragic shooting at the University of Southern California, Los Angeles. The violence erupted during a Halloween party at an off-campus residence near the university. Spencer, a known member of the Playboy Bloods, opened fire at the party, which resulted in the tragic deaths of 19-year-old Shanae Newell and 21-year-old Brianna McCrae, with several others sustaining injuries. As panic spread and everyone fled, Spencer also escaped the scene, but was quickly apprehended. The shooting was allegedly linked to a gang-related dispute, and Spencer was charged with multiple offenses, including 2 counts of murder. As the now 22-year-old faces a jury, his behavior is anything but ordinary. The prosecutor outlines the gravity of Spencer's actions that led to the demise of 2 students and numerous injuries.
That if you are so intent on killing someone, that you're willing to shoot them and at the same time open fire into a crowd.
Amidst the tears, Spencer apologizes for his actions, claiming that he is being unfairly depicted as someone he was not.
I'm not a bad person, but I made mistakes. But I'm not just some gangbanger that she tried to portray me as.
The jury remains unconvinced by Spencer's performance and finds him guilty. However, when the judge announces the sentence, Spencer loses all composure, requiring sheriff's deputies to restrain him.
Penal Code Section 12022.53D. This is to be concurrent.
Spencer was sentenced to 40 years to life in prison on charges of murder and attempted murder. And lastly, let's turn our attention to Sacramento County Superior Court, where a killer pleads not guilty, but chooses to behave otherwise. This is Luis Bracamontes, a Mexican national and alleged gang member who gained notoriety in the United States for all of the wrong reasons.
Whether he shot them or not is not the issue before the jury really anymore. What's before the jury is, was he insane at the time that he did this? for due process reasons, in our developed criminal justice system, it may be difficult for people to grasp, but we want to punish guilty minds that understand they're guilty.
In October of 2014, Bracamontes went on a violent crime spree that led to the deaths of 2 Sacramento area law enforcement officers, Sacramento County Sheriff's Deputy Danny Oliver and Placer County Sheriff's Detective Michael Davis Jr. The incident occurred during a rampage that included carjackings, attempted murders, and other violent crimes. Following the murders, Bracamontes led officers on a high-speed chase that ended in a residential neighborhood. He took refuge in a home, holding the occupants hostage. After an intense standoff, Bracamontes was eventually captured. However, his trial was as violent and erratic as his crime spree. Even though Bracamontes enters a not guilty plea, his demeanor in court is anything but, as he sits there, smiling. But then, his behavior takes a dark turn, as he not only confesses to his crimes, but also hurls insults at everyone in sight.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're able to step out of the hallway.
Dead. We'll break up soon, and I will kill more.
The hurtful taunts and outbursts do not stop there. During the jury's verdict, Bracamontes displays a chilling lack of remorse, smiling and laughing throughout the proceedings.
Commit murder in the first degree of Sacramento County Sheriff's Deputy Daniel Oliver. We find the defendant guilty. We further find the allegation that the defendant used and intentionally and personally discharged a firearm, to wit, a 9mm handgun, and thereby approximately caused the death to be true.
In a particularly disturbing moment, Bracamontes responds with a yes when the judge asks if the guilty verdict was accurate, sending shivers through everyone present in the courtroom.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is that your true and correct verdict? So say you all. Yes. So say they all.
Verdict count 8. Regarding the charge in count 8, that on or about October 24th, 2014, Luis Enriquez Monroy Bracamontes did unlawfully attempt to take a motor vehicle into possession of John Maxwell by means of force and fear.
The jury convicts Bracamontes on 16 charges in total, including 2 counts of first-degree murder and 4 counts of attempted murder. The jury's verdict reflects the severity and scope of the violent actions during his crime spree in 2014. And finally, Bracamontes was given the ultimate sentence, death. As seen in this video, top 3 killers who showed no remorse for their victims. These moments are uncomfortable and extremely unexpected. We hope you found this video interesting, and if you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories like these. If you have any stories or topics you'd like us to cover, feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.